Talk about hard-hitting celeb news. Kevin Costner's ultra-messy divorce is the talk of the town. But another connection has come into focus, raising eyebrows. And with good reason. It all seems a tad dicey, but could it be that Taylor Sheridan played a role in blowing up this ace star's marriage? Pull out that magnifying glass and get your detective groove on. Let's do some spying. Hercule Poirot style. The Disappearing Act. No, Kevin Costner has not pulled a Houdini on us. Luckily, he's still around. Now, if the grapevine is to be believed, there's one person who did get the short end of the stick and did bear the brunt of Costner's Disappearing Act. And that person is none other than his not-so-better half, Christine Baumgartner. Bet he's finding that move costly now. As Baumgartner and Costner lock horns in their everlasting legal kerfuffle, tongues are wagging about Kevin not sticking around to shower his former ladylove with his precious time and energy. He might do a bang-up job as an actor, but as a husband, he falls several inches short. The only people who juggle are clowns. That is our mantra, and it seems like Kevin's mantra too, because he left wifey in the lurch, multi-million-dollar home and all, and landed straight on the set of Yellowstone. What's a guy to do in such a binder? Should he have chosen love or career? Or both? In the end, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that Kevin chose his uber-busy schedule over home and hearth, leaving Christine in a tizzy. He had a career to tend to, which he did with all the excitement of an overzealous English gardener tending to his newly sown flower beds. A weird example, surely. Bear with us. But wait, what has Taylor Sheridan got to do with it? Is that the reason Costner walked right out the door from the sets of Yellowstone, filing a leave application for an early exit? The plot thickens. The dealio with Sheridan. Sheridan is the master of the sidestep, a serial sidestepper. He has neatly evaded any kind of involvement in the tiff of the ex-love bugs. But just to get his story out in the open, we'll drop some juicy crumbs. Is he the reason that Christine dropped the D-bomb on Costner? It's an odd coincidence. But only 3 nights after Kevin and Christine's divorce went off like dynamite, Sheridan also dropped his own truth bomb about the Duttons coming to the end of the road with Yellowstone's 5th season. Were Sheridan and Costner involved in a tangle because both wanted to flex their creative muscles in a different manner? Well, Sheridan's response was bland at best. The reason Kevin closed the door on Yellowstone is due to a clash of crazy schedules. Kevin's, not his. Nah, it wasn't the exhausting and tedious schedule of Yellowstone that flipped the script on Costner's gig with the smash hit series. If Sheridan is to be believed, Kevin had wanted to go his own way because he wanted to pour his heart and soul into his brainchild, a passion project, so to speak. His dazzling series made up of 4 films. But wait, what about Costner's marriage? Didn't we tell you that Sheridan's the master of the sidestep? It's time to grab our shovels and dig, dig, dig. We'll get to the bottom of things. Time to turn to the insiders. Where there's scandal, there's normally a sneaky informant or two. We just had to put our ear to the doorknob real hard and plug into the right gossip socket to get the inside scoop. What we can tell you is this: where there's chaos, there's bound to be a ridiculous amount of confusion. According to one little birdie who has been singing about the divorce on the down low, there's really no common factor that connects Yellowstone's rather abrupt end with Costner's marriage going kaput. Stirring the pot with controversy, there's yet another source who spilled the beans on Christine's beef with Costner. Kevin staying AWOL burdened Baumgartner to no end, spiraling her into a state of misery. While Kevin enthralled audiences on screen with his role of a lifetime in Yellowstone, Christine was definitely less than thrilled to be picking up the slack in their dwindling marriage. Grab that Kleenex for this one, folks, because things will go from 0 to 100 on the emo front real soon. If Christine headed her way, she had wanted hubby to come home to Santa Barbara all along for some R&R and quality time with Fam. It had been a long and lonely road for Christine with Kevin's shooting marathon. Kevin not being around hit her way harder than even Kevin would have thought, especially since no one was more surprised than him when she zipped off to court. In fact, if rumors are anything to go by, the whole thing was quite the unpleasant surprise for him. Surprises suck in general, but unpleasant surprises are the worst. Did Kevin know his former wifey wasn't happy? Possibly. How the tide turns. The whole thing gives off Greek tragedy vibes. Maybe men really are from Mars. Maybe men and women live on different emotional planets. Just flip your calendar back to last November when Costner was going gaga over his wife, gushing about her, shouting out from the rooftops about the warmth she brought to everything. Maybe if he had treated her more like a wife and less like an electric fireplace, things would have turned out better. So much for the power of love that he had been going all gooey over. Was Christine standing in the way of Costner's epic career? We can't say, but the last thing Costner's ex-wife wanted him to do was to plunge into yet another project. She did not share the same enthusiasm for his latest creative baby, Horizon. We guess Kevin's passion for his craft did him in, as it was a definite attention stealer taking him away from domestic bliss. That's sad. And what makes it even sadder is that for Costner, things are taking a pretty sour turn. Yet another source jumped into the mad foray to disclose that Kevin is not too hot on the idea of divorce, as he wasn't particularly looking for one. It seems that divorce wasn't really something on his bucket list, and he had never wanted one. This will be Costner's second parting of ways, the first one being with his ex-wife Cindy Silva in 1994. The irony of it all. Well, whether Taylor Sheridan really was behind this bad breakup, we'll have to toss for mystery. But in a way, we suppose there is some cause for suspicion. There's all this smoke right up here, so there must be a fire. There were also some dilly-dallying and schedule delays of sorts that snatched Kevin's time away from his brood. Some even tipped that this could possibly be one of the reasons that caused the marriage to crumble. But you know what's truly ironic? The decision to hop aboard the Yellowstone cast didn't come to Costner easily. He did his own share of dilly-dallying, excuse us for sounding like a 5th grade teacher, when it came to giving that final go-ahead to joining Team Yellowstone. What was Costner's big hang-up? What was holding him back from signing his name with the show? It was that teeny-weeny, niggling inner voice telling him that his new project will put physical distance between him and his family. And we all know what that means. It means Christine's pet peeve, time lost with loved ones. Kevin's rigorous schedule took him to the lands of Utah and Montana while his family stayed behind in California. Where do things stand now? Well, his marriage is in shambles. There's some major family drama cooking in Camp Costner as Christine takes him to the cleaners, and not in the prettiest way possible. Not one to stay down for long and also not one to give up on his dreams, Kevin has rerouted his attention with full force to his epic project in the making of Horizons. Reportedly, the actor's been slaving away over it, devoting time, resources, and energy to it for the last 35 years. The lengths people will go to pull off crazy stuff. Seems like the Yellowstone star will be putting on a lot of hats in this ancient undertaking of his, which he is co-writing. He is also directing the series. Wow, we can't wait. Now, you know what this means. It means that Costner will be spending more time away from the kids. Boy, some people just don't learn from life's tough lessons. Who are we to judge, though? It's a better idea to stick to our own lane. What do you think, based on the tea we've just spilled? Is Taylor Sheridan guilty of Costner's bad breakup? Do share your thoughts in the comments below. If you love our content, smash that like button. Until next time.